Have you ever looked in the mirror and just thought, why is my skin doing this? Maybe you've battled breakouts that just won't quit. Or perhaps you've just accepted that, men have tougher skin, and that's kind of it.
Right.
The thing is, most of us, deep down, want that clear, maybe even radiant skin. But all the advice out there, it's just overwhelming, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a minefield.
So today, we're not just cutting through the noise. We're aiming to give you a real scientific blueprint. Welcome to the deep dive. This is where we really peel back the layers on things, give you the knowledge to actually understand what's going on. And today, we're jumping deep into the science of men's skin. Our mission, it's pretty clear. We want to unpack a definitive evidence-based guide so you can get that clear, acne-free, maybe even radiant look. And we'll do it by using real science, cutting through all that marketing fluff and those, overly simple ideas.
And really, our goal here is empowerment.
Yeah.
We want you to have that foundational knowledge so you can move past just reacting when a pimple pops up and instead proactively, intelligently manage your skin's health.
We're going to explain the fundamental why behind the unique biology of male skin, giving you insights that go way beyond just surface stuff, help you make genuinely informed choices.
And the material we're drawing from for this deep dive, it's solid. The Science of Men's Skin, a definitive guide. It's all evidence-based, really digs into the biological details.
It's thorough.
So whether you're just trying to, tweak your routine or finally understand why you keep getting acne, or maybe you just want to optimize your skin's health for the long haul, this deep dive, it's kind of a shortcut to being properly informed. And this is where it gets really interesting, actually, because some of the stuff we've all sort of thought or been told about men's skin might be completely off base. Get ready for a few aha moments, I think.
Understanding your canvas. The science of men's skin.
Okay, so let's tackle that really common idea first. You hear it all the time, right?
Yeah.
That men's skin is just, thicker, more resilient than women's skin.
Yeah.
End of story.
Right, tough skin. Exactly. Oh, men have tough skin. They don't need all that fancy stuff. But it turns out the reality is, way more nuanced and, honestly, pretty fascinating.
It really is. I mean, yes, there's a grain of truth there about structural integrity, a certain built-in robustness, you could say.
Okay.
But the differences, they're far more complex. They go way beyond just how it feels on the surface. We're talking distinct hormonal influences that really shape how skin behaves.
Hormones, right.
Yeah, big time. And significant variations in sebum production, that's oil. Different hydration dynamics across a man's lifespan, and even unique aging processes. These aren't small things. They're critical factors. They make a male-specific strategy not just nice to have, but essential. Yeah. Truly essential if you want optimal skin health long term.
So what's the main thing driving these differences then? What makes male skin so, unique biologically?
Okay, the number one driver, hands down, especially after puberty, it's the androgen hormone, testosterone.
Okay, testosterone.
That's the key orchestrator. Testosterone significantly bumps up skin thickness. On average, a man's skin is about 20 to 25% thicker than a woman's.
20 to 25%, wow.
Yeah, it's substantial. And that thickness isn't just about being tougher. It's largely because there's a higher density of collagen in the dermis. That's the skin-supportive middle layer.
Right, collagen, the firmness stuff.
Exactly. It gives skin its structure, its elasticity. And because men start with more collagen, and this is key, they tend to lose it more gradually, more steadily throughout life.
Okay.
Their skin intrinsically ages slower. There's actually a well-known dermatological saying, basically, that a woman's skin, just looking at intrinsic aging, ignoring sun damage and stuff.
Right, just the biology.
Is about 15 years older than a man's of the same actual age.
15 years? Seriously?
Seriously. It's a striking difference.
Yeah.
And it's largely because women's collagen loss is fairly stable until menopause. Then it drops off sharply because estrogen levels fall. Whereas for men, it's a much steadier, slower decline over decades.
Wow, 15 years. That completely flips what I think most of us assume about aging. So men start with this built-in advantage, this collagen head start. But you hinted it's not all smooth sailing. Where's the catch? You mentioned a double-edged sword.
Yes. That brings us straight to sebum production, oil. And this is where a real strength can become a major vulnerability for men's skin.
Okay.
Again, it's heavily influenced by those androgens, testosterone. Men's sebaceous glands, the oil glands, they're way more active. They produce, on average, double the amount of sebum compared to women.
Double.
double. And men also tend to have more pores, and they're noticeably larger pores too, which are the openings for these oil glands.
Right.
Now, on one hand, this thicker lipid layer, this natural oil, it helps create a stronger skin barrier. And that barrier is crucial for locking in moisture and protecting against things like pollution irritants.
So that's the upside.
That's the upside. It's why young men often actually have higher skin hydration levels. But, and here's the big vulnerability, all that extra sebum, it's basically prime fuel for the bacteria that cause acne.
Ah, okay.
Like feeding the fire.
Exactly. It creates this perfect nutrient-rich environment for them to just multiply, which is why men are much more prone to getting acne that lasts longer and is often more severe, more inflammatory. So it's truly fascinating how this basic strength, a strong barrier, good hydration potential, can also be this major weakness when it comes to breakouts and just chronic oiliness.
Are there any other maybe less obvious physiological differences in male skin that kind of play into this? Things that might influence how we take care of it?
Yeah, definitely a couple more worth mentioning. Male skin generally has a lower pH. It's more acidic, usually somewhere between 4.5 and 5.5.
More acidic. Is that good or bad?
It's generally good, actually. It's partly due to lactic acid in men's sweat. This natural acidity helps maintain the skin's acid mantle, which is like its first line of defense. It might offer slightly better protection against certain harmful bacteria.
Then there's hydration patterns. We mentioned young men often have higher hydration, but that tends to flip later in life. Studies show that after about age 40, skin hydration in men tends to decrease steadily.
Really? Unlike women?
Yeah, it contrasts with women, where hydration often stays more stable or might even increase later on, depending on hormonal shifts. So men start strong on the hydration front, but maintaining it becomes more of a conscious effort as they get older. So you put all these pieces together, the thickness, the collagen, the sebum, the pH, the way hydration changes over time. It creates this really interesting kind of contradictory picture for male skin.
Right. Strong but stressed.
Exactly. It's got this superior built-in resilience, a real advantage intrinsically. But at the same time, it's often hit with a unique and sometimes more severe set of external stressors that can totally undermine those advantages.
Like what kind of stressors?
Well, take sun exposure. Behaviorally, men are often, let's say, less sun savvy. They tend to use sunscreen less often, maybe spend more time outdoors without protection.
Guilty as charged, sometimes.
Right. And this leads to way more cumulative UV damage over a lifetime. And that chronic UV damage, it directly cancels out that natural collagen advantage we talked about, accelerates aging signs.
Ouch.
Okay, then there's shaving. For many men, that's a daily thing. It's constant mechanical stress.
Yeah.
Yes, it exfoliates a bit, removes dead cells.
Yeah, I always thought of it as exfoliation.
It is,
Yeah.
technically. But it also constantly irritates the skin, causes micro nicks, razor burns, weakens the barrier over time.
Right, the irritation factor.
And finally, that built-in biology, the high sebum production. It means the skin is always kind of primed, always ready for inflammatory conditions like acne, because the fuel for the bacteria is just always there in abundance.
Okay, so hearing all that, this complex mix of strengths, but also these unique vulnerabilities and stressors, what does it actually mean for us? For the listener trying to figure out, what products to use, what routine to follow, how do we translate the science into a smart strategy?
It means that a smart skincare strategy for men just can't be simplistic. It can't be based on that old tough skin idea. It really has to be a sophisticated two-part approach.
2 parts, okay.
First, you've got to actively preserve and really leverage that built-in resilience. That means seriously protecting the skin's natural collagen advantage from UV damage, which is probably its biggest enemy.
So sunscreen is part 1. Got it.
A huge part of part 1, yes. Rigorous UV protection. Second, you have to actively mitigate those unique stressors that men typically face. That means carefully managing the excess oil to prevent breakouts, soothing the irritation from shaving to keep the barrier healthy, and effectively treating acne's inflammatory pathways when flare-ups happen. So this whole understanding shifts the goalpost. It's not about just treating tough skin. It's about strategically managing this complex interplay of inherent strengths and unique weaknesses. Working with your specific biology, not just fighting against symptoms.
That really clarifies it. And seeing those differences laid out, like in the comparison table from our source, it hammers home how different the approach needs to be.
Exactly.
Like male skin being 20–25% thicker versus female skin being thinner, especially after menopause, the higher collagen density in men leading to that slower aging.
A 15-year intrinsic difference.
While women face that faster loss post-menopause, and the sebum Double the production in men, larger pores, more oiliness prone.
Compared to women who are often more prone to dryness.
And even the common issues are different. Men dealing more with inflammatory acne, UV damage, women maybe more with pigmentation issues, rosacea. It's a stark contrast when you see it side by side like that. And this detailed picture of male skin biology sets us up perfectly for the next big question. Why are men so uniquely prone to breakouts? Which, as you've laid out, seems directly linked to those hormones and all that oil.
Precisely. Acne vulgaris, it's complex, always multifactorial. But how it shows up in men, it's profoundly shaped by their specific physiology. The development of any acne lesion, whether it's a tiny blackhead or a big inflamed cyst, follows this consistent four-step pathological process.
4 steps.
And for men, the whole cascade, from start to finish, is overwhelmingly driven by those androgen hormones. Step 1 is excess sebum production, hyperseborrhea. Testosterone directly stimulates those oil glands, tells them to pump out tons of oil. It creates this perpetually oily environment on the skin and, critically, down in the pores, like an oil well that's always overflowing.
Got it. Too much oil.
Step 2 is the clogging of the hair follicles, hyperkeratinization. Basically, your skin cells shed naturally, but they mix with all that sticky oil and form a plug. Blocks the follicle opening. That plug is called a comedone. It's the very first foundational lesion of all acne. Think of a drain getting clogged with hair and grease.
Okay, the clog.
Step 3 involves bacteria, specifically Cutibacterium acnes, or C. acnes. This bacteria actually lives on everyone's skin normally. But inside that clogged pore, which is anaerobic, meaning low oxygen and full of lipids or oil, it's like paradise for C. acnes. It multiplies like crazy.
So the clog creates the perfect home for bacteria.
Exactly. And this is where that direct link to male hormones and sebum really kicks in, creating that perfect storm for bacterial overgrowth. Finally, step 4, inflammation. The C. acnes bacteria essentially feeds on the triglycerides in the sebum. As it breaks them down, it produces these really irritating free fatty acids.
Irritating byproducts.
Highly inflammatory. They trigger a big immune response in the skin. That's what causes the redness, the swelling, the pus you see in inflammatory pimples like papules and pustules.
So beyond that core hormonal driver and the 4 steps, what about like daily habits, stuff guys do that might make acne worse? Because it's not just internal biology, right?
Absolutely right. Biology sets the stage, but lifestyle and grooming habits can definitely pour fuel on the fire. First big one, shaving.
Knew that was coming.
Yeah. For many men, it's a daily ritual. It can be a major source of chronic irritation. The razor friction can aggravate existing inflammation, physically pop pimples sometimes.
Ooh, yeah.
And just generally compromise the skin barrier. Using dull blades, shaving too hard, or going against the grain. That can lead to razor bumps, pseudofolliculitis barbae, which looks like acne and can make it worse. Plus, shaving over active pimples. That can spread bacteria around your face.
Not good. Okay, what else?
Second, sweat and friction. Think backne, acne on the chest, back, shoulders. This is often worse in men, especially with exercise. Sweat, oil, plus tight, non-breathable clothes like synthetics.
Gym clothes.
Exactly. It traps everything against the skin sweat, oil, dead cells, bacteria. Creates this occluded environment perfect for breakouts in those areas. It's called acne mechanica. Third, and this one's potent anabolic steroids, using androgenic anabolic steroids for muscle building or performance. It's a known powerful trigger for severe, often cystic acne.
Right, that's a serious one.
Really serious. We're talking deep, painful lesions, often leading to significant scarring. And this kind of acne almost always needs professional medical treatment, not just over-the-counter stuff. And lastly, something maybe more subtle, greasy grooming products. Heavy pomades, waxes, thick beard oils. These can migrate from your hair or beard onto your forehead, temples, cheeks.
Pomade acne, I've heard of that.
Yep, that's it. Those heavy pore-clogging ingredients sit on the skin, block pores, and lead to breakouts specifically in those contact areas. Something to watch out for.
It's kind of ironic, isn't it? So many guys see oil, and the first instinct is just strip it all off, get it bone dry.
The squeaky clean urge.
Exactly. I'm oily, I need to dry it out.
But our source says that's often a really flawed approach, almost works against you. Can you explain that vicious cycle?
It absolutely is flawed, and understanding why is key. Remember, male acne is basically about too much oil, plus significant irritation, internal inflammation, external stuff like shaving.
Right, excess oil plus irritation. Knowing that shows why the harsh approach backfires. Many guys grab aggressive cleansers designed to eliminate all oil. They think squeaky clean means healthy. But that just adds more irritation to an already inflamed system.
Makes sense.
Stripping all the natural oils doesn't fix the problem. It damages that crucial protective barrier. And when the barrier is damaged, the skin can panic and trigger compensatory oil production. It tries to rehydrate itself.
So you end up even oilier.
Exactly. It's this frustrating loop. Irritation, more oil, more breakouts. So the smartest strategy isn't harsh elimination. It's careful regulation and soothing. You want to rebalance things, control the oil with targeted gentle ingredients, calm the inflammation, and minimize all that external irritation.
The strategic arsenal. Key ingredients and formulations.
Okay, so we've got the science down. We understand the why behind men's skin issues, especially acne. We know the battlefield. Now we need the right weapons, the right tools. Let's talk products, the ingredients, the formulations that actually work. And let's start with a big one, a foundational mistake maybe a lot of us made growing up, using regular body bar soap on your face. Our source really flags this as a bad move. Why is that?
Oh, absolutely. This is such a crucial point, and it's not just marketing. There's real science behind why you need a dedicated facial cleanser, not that bar of soap from the shower.
Okay.
Your facial skin is fundamentally different from body skin. It's much thinner, generally more sensitive, and it has way more sebaceous glands, more oil glands.
Right, thinner and oilier.
And importantly, it relies on this delicate protective layer called the acid mantle. It's this fine film of natural oil and sweat, and it has a naturally acidic pH, somewhere between 4 and 6.5. Think of it as your skin's own perfect little microclimate.
Acid mantle, got it.
That acidity is critical. It helps activate beneficial enzymes in the skin, it inhibits harmful bacteria from growing, and it basically maintains the skin's overall integrity. Now, typical bar soaps. Chemically, they are alkaline. They have a much higher pH, sometimes up to 9 or 10.
So the opposite of acidic.
Exactly. When you use that on your face, it instantly disrupts and neutralizes that acid mantle. It strips away those natural protective oils. This compromises your skin barrier, leaving it vulnerable to moisture loss, irritation, and even bacterial invasion.
Makes sense.
Plus, the detergents in many bar soaps, like sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS, they're great for cutting through grime on your body, but they're just too harsh for your face. They strip away essential lipids indiscriminately, leaving that tight, uncomfortable feeling. Facial cleansers, on the other hand, are specifically formulated to work with your skin's biology. They're pH balanced to respect the acid mantle. They use gentler surfactants that clean effectively remove dirt, oil, impurities, but without stripping everything away.
So they clean without causing damage.
Precisely. And many good ones are now fortified with extra beneficial ingredients. Things like humectants, glycerin, hyaluronic acid that draw moisture in, ceramides to help rebuild the barrier, niacinamide to calm things down, maybe help with oil, even actives like salicylic acid in some cleansers to start tackling clogged pores right from step one.
Yeah, I think so many of us, especially guys, grew up thinking that squeaky clean feeling, that tightness after washing, meant it was working. Like, yes, got all the grease off. That's a huge myth, isn't it?
Oh, it's a critical myth to bust. That squeaky clean tightness, it's actually a distress signal.
A distress signal.
Yes, it means your protective lipid barrier has been stripped bare, your skin is dehydrated, compromised, basically yelling for help. And what often happens then, that rebound effect. Your oil glands sense the dryness and go into overdrive, pumping out more oil to compensate.
Creating the very problem you were trying to solve.
Exactly. It's that vicious cycle. Feel oily, use harsh soap, damage barrier, trigger more oil, get more breakouts. True. Effective cleansing shouldn't leave your skin tight and dry. It should feel comfortable, balanced, hydrated. Understanding that shift is really the first, most critical step towards a good routine.
Okay, so no bar soap.
Got it.
Now that we've covered proper cleansing, let's talk about the active ingredients, the heavy hitters for actually fighting acne. Our source dives into the big three available over the counter. Navigating that skincare aisle can be confusing.
It really can be. But knowing the main players, what they do, how they work, who they're best for, turns that confusion into a targeted strategy. Based on effectiveness and availability, the three most important OTC actives for acne are benzoyl peroxide, salicylic acid, and adapalene. Let's start with benzoyl peroxide, or BP. It's a real workhorse, been around a long time, very effective. Its main job is killing the C. acnes bacteria.
The acne bacteria.
Right. It releases oxygen into the pore, and C. acnes hates oxygen. It's anaerobic, so it kills them off. BP also helps soak up excess oil and acts as a keratolytic, meaning it helps peel away dead skin cells, preventing clogs.
So there's a few things.
Multitasker. It's considered the gold standard for inflammatory acne, those red, sore pimples, pustules. Great as a spot treatment for active breakouts. OTC, you'll find it from 2.5% up to 10%.
Is higher better?
Not necessarily. Research shows lower strengths, like 2.5% or 5%, are often just as effective, but cause much less irritation. So always start low. Side effects are common: dryness, scaling, redness, irritation, and a big practical thing, it bleaches fabric. Towels, pillowcases, shirts, be careful.
Oh, good tip. Okay, next up.
Salicylic acid, or SA. This is a beta-hydroxy acid, a BHA. What makes SA special, especially for acne, is that it's oil-soluble.
Oil-soluble. Why is that important?
Because it means it can actually get down into the oily pore. AHAs, like glycolic acid, are water-soluble. They work more on the surface. SA goes deep into the pore and dissolves that gunk, the mix of dead cells and sebum that causes clogs.
So it targets the clog itself.
Exactly. It's excellent for clearing and preventing non-inflammatory acne, blackheads, whiteheads. Great for overall oil management and just keeping pores clear generally. You find it OTC from 0.5% to 2% in cleansers, toners, leave-on treatments. It's usually gentler than BP, better tolerated by many. Side effects are milder, maybe slight stinging, less common.
Okay, SA for clogs and oil. And the third one?
Adapalene.
Adapalene. This is a third-generation topical retinoid. Retinoids are derivatives of vitamin A. Adapalene used to be prescription only, but now you can get it OTC at 0.1% strength, often as different gel.
Retinoid? Sounds serious. What does it do?
Retinoids work mainly by regulating skin cell turnover. In acne, cells shed too fast and stick together, causing clogs. Adapalene normalizes this shedding process, so it helps unclog existing pores, but crucially, it prevents new ones from forming. It stops acne at the very beginning.
Ah, so it's preventative. Hugely preventative. Very powerful. It works on both comedones and inflammatory lesions. It's best used as an all-over treatment, not just a spot treatment. A pea-sized amount for the whole face, once a day, usually at night.
Funny downsides.
Yes, especially at first. Dryness, scaling, redness are common. And there can be a purging period in the first few weeks where acne might seem to get worse before it gets better as pores clear out.
Purging. Lovely.
Yeah, it's temporary but can be discouraging. Using a good non-comedogenic moisturizer is essential. And very important, Adapalene makes your skin much more sensitive to the sun. So daily sunscreen is absolutely non-negotiable when using it.
That's a powerful trio: BP, SA, Adapalene.
Yeah.
But honestly, it sounds like a lot. Can you actually use these things together without, completely freaking out your skin?
Yeah.
How do they combine?
Excellent question. And yeah, you need to be smart about it. You can use them in combination, but caution and strategic layering are key. Listen to your skin. For example, you could use an SA cleanser daily, maybe in the morning, for general pore clearing. Then keep BP just for spot treating active pimples as they pop up.
Right, BP for emergencies.
Kind of. And Adapalene, being a retinoid, goes on at night. When you first start Adapalene, you definitely don't want to layer it with other strong actives on the same night. Give your skin time to adjust. Maybe alternate nights Adapalene one night, maybe just moisturizer the next, or maybe an SA treatment on a non-Adapalene night if your skin tolerates it. So, just to recap that strategy, drawing from our sources acne treatment matrix, BP kills bacteria, exfoliates a bit. Best for red, angry pimples, inflammatory. Use as a spot treatment. Start low, 2.5% or 5%. Watch out for dryness and bleaching. SA dissolves oil and clogs inside pores. Oil-soluble BHA. Best for blackheads, whiteheads, general oiliness prevention. Use all over, 0.52%, usually gentler than BP. Adapalene normalizes cell turnover. Retinoid, powerful preventer. Treats existing acne too. Use all over, 0.1%, typically at night. Expect initial dryness purging. Makes skin sun-sensitive. SPF is a must.
Got it.
The smart way isn't to blast your face with everything at once. It's about understanding each tool, applying it strategically, consistently, and letting your skin adapt.
Right, so we've talked about clearing things up, fighting acne. But what about getting that healthy, vibrant look, that glow? And for guys, let's be clear, we don't mean a greasy shine, right? We mean actual, skin vitality.
Exactly. A true, healthy glow isn't superficial. It's the visible sign of skin that's working optimally. It means it's well hydrated deep down, it's not inflamed, the tone is even, the texture is smooth. It's basically a symptom of healthy cells functioning well.
Okay, so how do we get that kind of glow?
Well, beyond clearing acne, the key lies in incorporating powerful vitamins and hydrators. Two standouts here, especially for men's skin concerns, are niacinamide and vitamin C. They work brilliantly together. Let's talk niacinamide first. That's vitamin B3. It's incredibly versatile, almost indispensable, I'd say, particularly for oily, acne-prone male skin because it hits multiple targets at once.
Like what?
Okay, first, it helps regulate sebum production. It can actually normalize and reduce oiliness over time, which also helps minimize the look of those larger pores. Second, it's anti-inflammatory. It calms down redness and irritation, helps pimples look less angry and heal faster.
Calming, less oil. Nice.
Third, it strengthens your skin barrier. It boosts your skin's natural production of ceramides, which are like the mortar holding your skin cells together. A stronger barrier holds moisture better and is less easily irritated. And fourth, it helps fade those dark marks, the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, PIH, left after a breakout by interfering with pigment transfer.
Wow, that's a lot from one ingredient.
It really is. And it's generally well tolerated, effective even at 2 to 5%, though you often see it at 10% in serums. Then there's vitamin C, specifically L-ascorbic acid, its active form or stable derivatives. This is a powerhouse antioxidant, a cornerstone for radiance and protection.
Antioxidant, so protection.
Yeah, its main job is protecting your skin from oxidative stress damage from UV rays, pollution, free radicals that attack your cells daily and accelerate aging. But its glow-giving benefits are huge too. It helps brighten and even out skin tone by inhibiting melanin production. That means fading dark spots, sunspots, PIH, and preventing new ones. Makes the complexion more luminous.
Brighter skin.
Plus, it's essential for collagen synthesis. By boosting collagen, it helps keep skin firm, plump, reduces fine lines, makes the texture smoother so it reflects light better. That youthful bound.
Collagen boost, okay.
And that antioxidant protection also helps prevent existing collagen from breaking down, so it fights premature aging on multiple fronts. Long-term benefits.
Okay, so these both sound amazing, niacinamide and vitamin C. If you have both, can you use them together? Do they cancel each other out or boost each other? And how do you layer them?
Great question. They absolutely play well together. In fact, they have a fantastic synergistic effect. Vitamin C protects and brightens, while niacinamide calms, regulates oil, and strengthens the barrier. They really complement each other.
So using both is good. How?
Best practice is usually to use them in separate products, often serums, and layer them correctly. General rule is thinnest texture to thickest. Often, vitamin C serums are thinner, so apply that first to clean skin. Let it absorb for a minute.
Okay, Vin C first.
Then apply your niacinamide serum on top. A very common and effective strategy is vitamin C in the morning. Use that antioxidant power during the day against sun and pollution.
Makes sense, daytime protection.
Exactly. Then maybe use niacinamide again at night to help with repair, calming, and barrier support while you sleep. This whole approach shows that getting a glow isn't just cosmetic. It's the result of a health-focused routine reducing the stuff that causes dullness, inflammation, spots, rough texture, excess oil, and boosting the stuff that creates radiance, hydration, collagen, strong barrier.
Okay, let's talk exfoliation. We know it's crucial for preventing clogs, breakouts, dullness. Non-negotiable for many, but, and this is a big but for guys, shaving is already a form of physical exfoliation for half the face.
A significant form, yes.
So it feels like we're at a crossroads. Chemical exfoliants versus physical scrubs. And it seems like a real trap for accidentally overdoing it.
You've hit a really critical point, often a blind spot in men's skincare. Choosing the right exfoliation method is vital for men because the wrong choice can easily make irritation worse, especially on skin that's already stressed from daily shaving. Two main types, physical and chemical. Physical exfoliation is manual removal. Using scrubs with gritty bits, sugar, salt, ground seeds, used to be microbeads.
Right, the scratchy stuff.
Or tools like brushes or even just a rough washcloth. The appeal is that instant gratification, that immediate feeling of smoother skin. But as you said, daily shaving is already significant physical exfoliation for the lower face. Every razor stroke removes dead cells along with hair. Chemical exfoliation, on the other hand, uses acids or enzymes. They work by dissolving the glue holding dead skin cells together, letting them shed naturally. Reveals fresher skin underneath. More controlled.
Acids, okay.
Two main types. AHAs, alpha-hydroxy acids, like glycolic, lactic acid. They're water-soluble, work mostly on the surface. Good for tone, texture, surface pigment. Then BHAs, beta-hydroxy acids, mainly salicylic acid.
That is A again.
Yes. And remember, it's oil-soluble. That's key. It gets into the oily pore to clear out clogs. That makes BHAs, like salicylic acid, the superior choice generally for managing oily and acne-prone skin. So for men, especially those with oily, acne-prone skin, chemical exfoliation is usually the recommended path. Several reasons.
Why chemical over physical?
Well, first, it's often gentler, especially if you have active, inflamed pimples. Physical scrubs can be too harsh, rupture breakouts, spread bacteria, increase inflammation.
Ah, good point. Don't scrub active acne.
Right. Second, chemical exfoliants, particularly BHAs, work deeper inside the pore where acne starts, more targeted. And third, they tend to give more even, uniform results than scrubbing manually. But here's the big risk for men. That combination of daily shaving plus aggressive scrubbing. It's a recipe for overexfoliation.
Yeah, sounds like it. What happens then?
You strip your protective barrier. Leads to chronic irritation, redness, sensitivity, and often, ironically, more breakouts because the skin's defenses are down.
So how do we navigate this smartly? How do we exfoliate effectively but safely, considering many guys shave daily? What's the intelligent strategy?
The expert advice, especially for regular shavers, is to primarily rely on chemical exfoliants. Maybe a salicylic acid cleanser or toner used carefully, say 2 to 3 times a week, not every day.
Okay, chemical 2-3 times a week.
What about scrubs? Any physical scrub use should be very limited, once a week at most, and focus it only on the areas you don't shave, forehead, nose, T-zone maybe, where the skin isn't getting that daily razor exfoliation.
Got it. Non-shaved areas only and rarely.
And timing matters too. Avoid using any exfoliant, chemical or physical, on the same day you shave, or at least not right afterwards. Give the skin a break, let it recover. This approach consciously builds shaving into the plan, creating a safe strategy around it, preventing that damaging cycle of irritation. It's strategic care.
The daily protocol. Building your high-performance routine.
Okay, we've covered the science, the ingredients, but knowing isn't always doing right. The best routine is the one you actually stick with. Consistency over complexity, always.
Absolutely. That's why the recommended protocol is built around a pretty simple but really powerful 4-step framework. Cleanse, treat, moisturize, protect.
Cleanse, treat, moisturize, protect.
And it's designed to sync with your skin's natural rhythms. The morning routine focuses on protection for the day ahead. The evening routine is all about repair, treatment, supporting those overnight regeneration processes. Let's break down the morning AM routine. Goal: protect and prepare. First step, when you wake up, cleanse. Gentle, non-stripping facial cleanser. Removes overnight oil and sweat, preps the canvas. Remember, no bar soap.
Got it. Gentle cleanse.
Second, the treat step. Optional but highly recommended. Vitamin C serum. Applied to clean, dry face. Gives that antioxidant shield against UV pollution all day. Plus, it brightens over time.
Okay, vitamin C for daytime defense.
Third, moisturize. Lightweight, oil-free, non-comedogenic moisturizer. Even oily skin needs hydration to keep the barrier healthy and stop it overproducing oil. Locks in the vitamin C too.
Lightweight moisturizer.
Check. Fourth, and this one's the absolute non-negotiable, protect. Broad-spectrum sunscreen, SPF 30 minimum, ideally 50+ agamut, every single day. Rain or shine. Indoors or out.
Every day. Really?
Every single day. It's the single best anti-aging thing you can do. Prevents sun damage, reduces skin cancer risk massively, needs to be lightweight, non-comedogenic so it doesn't feel gross or cause breakouts, protects all your other efforts. Now, the evening PM routine. Focus, repair, and treat first. Cleanse again. Thoroughly this time. You need to get off all the day's grime, dirt, pollutants, oil, and importantly, that sunscreen you applied in the morning. Crucial for preventing clogs overnight.
Okay, thorough cleanse at night.
Second is your exfoliate treat phase. Key point. Don't use all your actives every single night. You'll irritate your skin. You need to alternate.
Right.
So on exfoliation nights, maybe 2-3 times a week, depending on your skin after cleansing, use your chemical exfoliant. That salicylic acid toner or gel. Deep cleans pores, manages oil. Maybe skip it if you just shaved and feel sensitive.
Exfoliate 2-3 times a week. Got it. What about other nights?
On your treatment nights, the non-exfoliating ones, apply a targeted serum. Niacinamide is great here. Oil regulation, calming, barrier support. Or if you're using a retinoid like Adapalene, this is when you apply it. Works best overnight.
Niacinamide or Adapalene on treatment nights.
And then, as needed, spot treatment. If you have an active inflamed pimple, dab on a bit of benzoyl peroxide directly onto the spot. Usually the last step before moisturizer, just on a blemish itself.
BP spot treats as needed.
Okay, finally, third step at night. Moisturize. Same lightweight, non-comedogenic one from the morning. Hydrates, helps buffer the active, supports that overnight repair cycle. This structured approach gives your skin what it needs when it needs it without overwhelming it. Looking at our sources protocol table, it clearly shows this flow. AM is cleanse, vitamin C, optional treat, moisturize, protect, SPF. PM is cleanse thoroughly, then alternate between chemical exfoliant, SA, 2-3x week, and treatment serum, niacinamide or Adapalene. Plus, BP spot treat as needed, then moisturize. It's a balanced, consistent system for long-term health.
That's a super clear framework. Okay, now we have the steps. But what about specific products? Especially thinking about our listeners in places like the Philippines, where it's hot and humid. Heavy stuff just feels awful in that weather and can make oily skin worse, right?
That's a huge consideration. Climate absolutely dictates texture preference. In hot, humid weather, you need effective products that feel lightweight, not heavy or greasy. Let's suggest some good options, often available locally. For cleansers, you want something effective but gentle? CeraVe Foaming Facial Cleanser is a great baseline, gentle, non-comedogenic, has ceramides, niacinamide, good stuff. Cetaphil Oily Skin Cleanser is another solid, non-drying choice.
Okay, CeraVe or Cetaphil for daily. What if you need more acne help?
Well, Nivea Men Facial Wash Deep Oil Clear uses charcoal aimed at oil absorption, or the CeraVe Acne Control Cleanser has 2% salicylic acid, great for integrating that BHA right into your cleansing step daily or a few times a week. For treatments, serums. Lightweight and water-based is key in humidity. For niacinamide, the ordinary niacinamide 10% plus zinc 1% is famous globally for reducing oil and calming skin. Very light. Local brands like Lux Organics often have great accessible niacinamide options too.
And for spot treatments?
For BP, Different makes a 10% BP cleanser or spot treatment that's potent. For SA spots, Neutrogena Rapid Clear Gel is good. And seriously, don't sleep on pimple patches. Hydrocolloid patches like Mighty Patch, Curology, different ones, they suck out gunk, protect the spot, help it heal faster, especially overnight. Really useful.
Patches are great. Okay, moisturizers. Need hydration, but not grease.
Exactly. Gel cream, lightweight lotions are your friends. La Roche-Posay Toleriane Double Repair sounds heavy, but it's actually quite light, non-greasy, has niacinamide and ceramides. Kiehl's Age Defender Gel Moisturizer is specifically for men. Very light gel.
Is there any others? Maybe really light ones.
Yeah, through places like Sephora PH, you might find the Ein Keylist Omega Water Cream or Crave Beauty Oat. So simple water cream. Both are exceptionally lightweight, almost watery, very soothing, perfect for humid weather. And finally, sunscreens. Non-negotiable. Needs to be non-comedogenic, light, SPF 30 plus salt, preferably 50 plus salt. No greasy feel, no white cast.
The holy grail of sunscreen. Any recommendations?
There's a great local Filipino brand, Magway Reef Safe Sunscreen. It's mineral, zinc oxide, titanium dioxide, SPF 50 plus non-comedogenic, hypoallergenic, sheer, light, non-greasy. Ticks all the boxes for daily wear.
Nice. A local mineral option. What about chemical?
Cetaphil Sun SPF 50 plus light gel. It's excellent, non-comedogenic, fragrance-free, water-resistant, absorbs fast. And widely available brands like Bello Sun Expert or Lux Organics have high SPF options too. Just always double-check that label for non-comedogenic to be safe for acne-prone skin.
Beyond the bottle. Holistic strategies for optimal skin health.
It's so easy to just focus on the bottles, right? The cleansers, serums, creams we put on our skin. We just spend a lot of time there. But I always have this gut feeling that our skin is also reflecting what's happening inside. You know, diet, stress. Does the science back that up? Because it feels like we need to go beyond the bottle now.
You're absolutely right. While that consistent topical routine is the foundation, skin is an organ. It reflects our overall internal health. Things like diet, stress, sleep, hydration, they play a scientifically proven profound role. Ignoring these can totally undermine even the best topical efforts. They create the internal environment where your skincare either thrives or struggles. Let's start with the gut-skin axis, how diet affects your complexion. This connection, especially with acne, is getting a lot more scientific attention. The gut-skin axis idea is that there's direct communication between your digestive system and your skin.
Gut and skin talking to each other.
Basically, yes. Diet alone probably won't cure severe acne, but certain food patterns can definitely influence the hormonal and inflammatory pathways that drive it. The strongest evidence links acne to high glycemic index GI foods. These are foods that digest fast, spike your blood sugar and insulin. Think refined carbs, white bread, sugary drinks, processed cereals, pastries, lots of snacks.
The usual suspects.
Pretty much. Those insulin spikes trigger more IGF-1 hormone. IGF-1 tells your oil glands to produce more oil, and it promotes inflammation throughout the body. Both are key acne drivers.
So high GI foods fuel acne. What's the alternative?
Studies show that a low-glycemic diet rich in whole grains, legumes, veggies, most fruits, can lead to a noticeable reduction in acne lesions for some people. Now, dairy. This one's more complex, often debated, but observational studies show a correlation, especially with drinking cow's milk, particularly skim milk.
Why milk?
The theory involves hormones naturally present in milk, including growth hormones. They might stimulate those same IGF-1 pathways, boosting oil and inflammation. Interestingly, the link seems specific to milk itself, not usually found with fermented dairy like yogurt or cheese.
So it's an individual thing, maybe?
Seems likely. Worth observing your own skin's response if you drink a lot of milk. On the flip side, certain nutrients are beneficial. Omega-3 fatty acids from oily fish like salmon, mackerel are powerfully anti-inflammatory. Some studies show they reduce acne lesions. Also, adequate zinc, vitamin A, and vitamin E levels are linked to less severe acne. Shows the importance of a nutrient-dense whole foods diet.
So, actionable advice.
Prioritize balanced whole foods. Lean proteins, healthy fats, complex carbs. If acne is persistent, maybe try reducing high GI foods and cow's milk for a while, see if it makes a personal difference. But remember, diet supports a routine. It doesn't replace it, or dermatologist advice if needed.
Yeah, our skin is so responsive, isn't it? Not just to food, but our whole internal state. I think everyone's had a stress breakout before a big deadline or something. What's the science behind that stress-sleep-skin connection? It feels powerful.
It is powerful, and it's absolutely real, not just anecdotal. Stress doesn't magically create a pimple out of nowhere, but it's a huge exacerbating factor if you're already prone to acne.
How does stress make it worse?
When you're stressed, your body releases hormones like cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol does two key things bad for acne. It signals your oil glands to produce more oil, and it promotes systemic inflammation. Creates the perfect storm.
More oil, more inflammation, great.
And there's more. Stress also impairs wound healing, so existing pimples heal slower, hang around longer, making acne look worse overall because new ones form before old ones fade. It can trap you in that horrible acne stress cycle. Breakouts cause stress, stress makes breakouts worse.
Ugh, cycle sounds rough. What about sleep?
Lack of good sleep. Your body reads that as stress too. Same cortisol spike. Sleep, ideally 7 dawn hours for adults, isn't just rest, it's prime repair time. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormones for cell repair, increases blood flow to the skin carrying nutrients, and produces new collagen for healing and structure.
So sleep is when the skin fixes itself.
Largely, yes. Quality sleep is also vital for a strong immune system, which helps fight off C. acnes overgrowth and manage inflammation. So, skimping on sleep, it promotes acne conditions and hinders your skin's ability to heal from it. Makes recovery way harder. So managing stress and prioritizing sleep aren't just wellness tips. They are crucial parts of managing acne effectively. Stress reduction techniques, exercise, mindfulness, hobbies help regulate cortisol. Good sleep hygiene, consistent schedule, dark, cool room, less caffeine screens before bed makes a huge difference to sleep quality, and therefore, your skin. Finally, let's touch on hydration. Everyone says drink more water for clear skin. It's everywhere. But it's a bit more nuanced than just flushing toxins, right? It is more nuanced, but still very important. Proper internal hydration is essential for everything, including skin function. Your skin gets moisture from the inside via blood flow in the dermis. If you're dehydrated, less water reaches your skin cells. Result: dry, flaky, dull appearance.
Okay, dehydration, dull skin.
And critically for acne-prone people, sometimes when skin gets dry, the oil glands overcompensate. They produce more oil trying to make up for the lack of water, which, ironically, can lead to more clogged pores and breakouts.
Another vicious cycle.
Yep. Plus, water is needed for transporting nutrients to cells and flushing waste products out. Good hydration supports your liver and kidneys, your detox organs, which indirectly helps skin health. Supports your immune system, too. But manage expectations. If you're already well hydrated, chugging gallons more probably won't magically transform your skin. The key is consistent, adequate hydration, preventing dehydration.
So what's adequate? Not just 8 glasses.
A better guideline is often based on body weight. Aim for about 0.5 to 1 fluid ounce of water per pound of body weight daily. So a 200-pound man needs around 100 fluid ounces, that's about 3 liters, or 12-13 cups, more if you're active in hot weather or on certain meds. The goal is just steady hydration throughout the day. Keep the system running smoothly.
Wow, what an incredible deep dive. Okay, to quickly recap the big takeaways for guys wanting healthier skin. First, ditch the bar soap for your face. Absolutely critical.
Non-negotiable barrier protection.
Second, follow that structured 4-step routine. Cleanse, treat, moisturize, protect. Remember, AM is for protection, PM is for repair and treatment.
Consistency is key there.
Third, use those targeted acne treatments smartly. SA for clogs and oil, BP for inflamed spots, Adapalene or Niacinamide for prevention and regulation.
Know you're active.
Fourth, sunscreen, every single day.
Yeah.
Non-negotiable habit.
The best anti-aging tool.
Fifth, Factor shaving into your plan. Use gentler chemical exfoliants. Time them carefully. Don't overdo it.
Integrate, don't irritate.
And finally, embrace the holistic side. Diet matters, stress and sleep have a huge impact, and stay hydrated. It all connects.
Exactly. This isn't just about looking good cosmetically. It's about fostering genuine long-term skin health. That clear, vibrant, truly glowing complexion. That's the natural result of healthy skin functioning well. Our goal here was really to give you, the listener, that scientific understanding so you can be proactive, make intelligent choices that work with your unique male biology.
Absolutely. And maybe as you go about your day after hearing all this, just think for a second. How might our modern lives, often high stress, maybe short on sleep, maybe not the best food choices, how might that be unintentionally challenging our skin's natural strengths? What small, consistent changes beyond the products, beyond the bathroom counter, could actually make the biggest difference to your skin's health in the long run? Keep asking questions, keep diving deep.